Hello, everyone. Welcome to the News Browse News broadcast. Al Jazeera reports that the highly charged impeachment trial of Philippine Vice President Sara Duterte has officially commenced at the Senate in Manila. The House of Representatives previously impeached Duterte on serious allegations of corruption, bribery, and an active assassination plot against her former electoral ally. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Duterte has denied all accusations and chose to be represented by her legal team rather than appearing in person. The trial's outcome holds immense political weight, as a two-thirds majority conviction in the 24-seat Senate would strip Duterte of the vice presidency and permanently disqualify her from holding public office, effectively shattering her frontrunner status for the 2028 presidential race. The proceedings began amidst high political drama. Just before the trial opened, one of Duterte's key Senate allies, Senator Rodante Marcolita, was arrested on a plunder charge. Furthermore, another close ally, Senator Ronald Bato de la Roca, remains absent from public view. These developments have cast significant doubt over the strength of Duterte's support in the Senate as the country's two most powerful political dynasties continue their bitter feud. According to Daily Express US, Ukraine launched a series of major drone attacks on Russia overnight, striking a prominent oil refinery and causing widespread power outages in Russian-occupied Crimea. The primary target was the Slavneftyanos facility in Yaroslavl, one of Russia's 5 largest oil refineries, where the strike reportedly sparked a fire and left 2 people injured. Meanwhile, energy suppliers in Crimea reported a peninsula-wide blackout attributed to external impacts, though backup systems were later used to restore power in Sevastopol. These drone strikes put further pressure on Moscow's ongoing domestic fuel crisis. On the same day, Russia launched a retaliatory missile and drone barrage against Kyiv, killing at least 11 people and wounding dozens more. The Russian Defense Ministry stated that this bombardment was in response to Ukraine's long-range attacks. Following the strikes, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky urged Western allies at the upcoming NATO summit to provide stronger air defense support, highlighting the critical shortage of interceptor missiles needed to protect civilians. According to a report by Lion Guillermo, the grandson of former Cuban President Raul Castro, has expressed his willingness to negotiate directly with U.S. President Donald Trump or any designated U.S. representative. The statement made during an interview with USA Today comes amid escalating pressure from the Trump administration on Cuba, including the U.S. Department of Justice's formal indictment of the 94-year-old Raul Castro in May for murder and conspiracy. Guillermo indicated that under appropriate conditions, Cuba would also be open to releasing individuals regarded as political prisoners. The U.S. indictment stems from an incident 3 decades ago involving the shooting down of 2 planes over Cuban waters. While U.S. authorities have issued an arrest warrant, they acknowledge that Cuba is unlikely to extradite Castro. The Cuban government has strongly condemned the U.S. charges, accusing the Trump administration of excessive military force in international waters. A former UK border official and a retired Hong Kong police officer have been sentenced to prison for spying on dissidents in Britain. According to NBC News, Peter Y., a UK Border Force officer, and Bill Ewan, a former superintendent in the Hong Kong police, received 10-year and 8-year prison terms respectively. Prosecutors stated that the 2 men posed as law enforcement or intelligence officers to conduct surveillance on Hong Kong activists and pro-democracy supporters, including former lawmaker Nathan Law, as well as British politicians critical of China. The court found them guilty of breaching the National Security Act by assisting a foreign intelligence service. Additionally, Y was convicted of misconduct in a public office for misusing government computer systems to gather information on individuals of interest to Hong Kong authorities. The Chinese embassy in the UK has dismissed the case as a political farce, while the Hong Kong government denied any link to the accused, labeling the accusations as groundless. According to a report by Thai Sounds, heavy rainfall brought by Typhoon Maesok triggered a severe reservoir collapse at the Leland Reservoir in Hangzhou City, Guangxi, China, on July 6, 2026. Online videos captured the catastrophic failure of the dam, showing massive torrents of water engulfing nearby residential areas and sweeping away an entire village, with some floodwaters reaching up to 2 stories high. Despite videos showing people struggling in the fast-flowing water, state media reported no recorded casualties. Meanwhile, local authorities have faced criticism for downplaying the severity of the disaster. In an official afternoon bulletin, emergency management departments merely stated that the reservoir had developed a gap and overtopped, adding that they were orderly evacuating and relocating residents. They made no mention of the widespread devastation or potential casualties. This incident highlights ongoing concerns over China's rapid construction of numerous reservoirs, which critics argue often exacerbate flooding during severe weather events rather than preventing them. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.